Today, we've got a budget pantry stock up from the Dollar General. Hey everyone, welcome to Homestead Corner. I'm Ginny, and today I have a $20 budget stock up from the Dollar General. I haven't been to the Dollar General in a while. I did notice that the prices are definitely jumping. The little Pax pepperoni, I was pretty surprised to see they were $1 a couple months ago, and they were $2.50 yesterday for the same exact package. So sadly, prices are still jumping on some things, so we really have to make sure we're paying attention to those prices and getting the best deals possible. So I did do it's about $22. It was $22.43 total. So let's jump in and see what we got. So the first thing I grabbed at Dollar General was bleach. This is a super good deal, $1 for a gallon of bleach. They are $6 for Clorox at our local stores. So making sure we're getting the best deal we can on the items that we use is super important. And bleach isn't something you're going to stock up long term because it's not going to last long term, but we do like to keep a decent supply so we have it when we need it. The next thing I grabbed was just a couple bottles of body wash to make sure we have plenty of that in stock in our pantry. We want all the things that we use on a regular basis for everyday use and some emergency items as well. And making sure we've got plenty of hygiene supplies is important. Even if an emergency happens, we still want to stay clean, and especially in an emergency because we may not be able to get to the doctors. The next thing I grabbed was just a couple cans of the Clover Valley tuna fish. These are pretty good. We've tried them before, and $1 a can is a good deal. A lot of their other cans were really pushing $2 for the other name brand cans. So just paying attention to what you like. If there's an off brand like Clover Valley, trying one of them to see if you like it before you buy a whole bunch, because I've had some off brands that weren't so great, but a lot of them are just as good as the name brand things. So we always try with at least one to see if we like it, and then if we do, we'll buy more of it to keep that pantry full. The next thing I grabbed was a couple of Progresso soups. This week they had 3 kinds that were on sale for $1 a can, which is super good. All their other cans were $2.65. So $1 a can is a great deal. So I just grabbed a couple of the chicken gumbo. They also had bacon. They didn't have any in stock, so I wasn't able to get any of those. But and there was cheese and broccoli, which they didn't have in stock either, unfortunately. Our store only had three different flavors on sale, but grab the ones that you like and get those into the pantry. This chicken and sausage gumbo is pretty good. The next thing I grabbed was just a couple more packages of pasta. You want to make sure you have plenty of that in your pantry. You can store pasta long term. I usually don't repackage it. We just leave it in the boxes because we go through it quick enough. We do have some that we repackage and put into long-term storage, but definitely $1 a box is a good deal, and pasta is one of those things you can add it to a lot of meals to help stretch it out. The next thing I grabbed was the Hungry Jack potatoes. We do repackage these always because they don't last a super long time in these boxes because we don't go through them fast enough, but we do use these a lot in breakfast bowls and things like that, and these are wonderful when you repackage these in Mylar or mason jars or however you're getting them airtight. They're going to last for decades. These ones don't have any added oils to them, so that's why I usually pick this brand of them. And at only $1 a box, it's a super good deal because they're $1.25 at the Dollar Tree. I also grabbed an extra pack of this chicken-free chicken soup. That's what I call it. There's no chicken in there, but it's just chicken-flavored broth and noodles, bouillon and noodles. And you just add water. It's super easy to make. My family really likes it, so we keep that on the shelf all the time for a quick, simple meal. It's great for lunches and things like that. Just whip up a grilled cheese, a packet of soup, and you are ready to go. And there's 2 in here for $1, which is a really good deal. The next thing I grabbed was just a couple boxes of macaroni and cheese. Super easy meal. You can add some chili to it. You can add hamburger to it. There's so many things you can do with mac and cheese. We like to have a little bit on the shelves. I don't really love the box kind, but my kids do really enjoy it. So we try to keep some in the house. The last food item that I grabbed was just some little water packets. These are wonderful in an emergency. If all you have is water to drink, you're going to want some flavor packets, definitely. Food fatigue sets in when you are limited on the amount of things you have. And if you're eating or drinking the same thing over and over, you get sick of it pretty quick. And you want to make sure that you can stay hydrated enough in emergencies. So these can be handy just to help out, not for all your water, but just to mix it up a little bit, definitely. I also grabbed a small pack of tissues. We love these little small packs because they're thin and easy, and you can stick them in your emergency bags. They're great for, you know, if you get a runny nose or you need it for that, or if you have to go to the bathroom, that can be used for toilet paper. It can be used for fire starter. Tissues are wonderful to have in those emergency bags. And I love these because it's small little packs. They're really lightweight and they're not bulky like a big box. So we just like those little teeny ones to stuff in all those emergency bags. Everybody's got some in there just in case. I also grabbed some of the ibuprofen from the Dollar General. It works just as good as Advil, so we don't mind grabbing those while we're there. And definitely for $1, it's a super good deal. All of these things from Dollar General were $1 or less, which is great to keep that pantry budget friendly, and we can keep the cost down so we can have as much as we can in there to make sure we have all those things we need. And then I grabbed this little pack of bandages. There's 30 little fabric strips in here, and I really like the metal containers because we can reuse those for lots of different things. You can make little fishing kits in there, survival kits. We've used these little tin boxes to make char cloth, all sorts of stuff. There's just tons of uses for the little box after you take those Band-Aids out. I grabbed another pack of the Yardley wipes. I love these. I think they're such a good deal for $1, and they are big, huge wipes. They're not like the little ones. So they work really well. If you have to bathe with these are the perfect size for it because they are big. And I really like them. Not too bad and a great price, honestly. The next thing I grabbed was just a vapor inhaler for your nose when you're congested, things like that. These work really good. My grandmother always had these around when I was a kid, and I think they're wonderful when you get sick, anything like that. So we like to keep this kind of stuff in our first aid supplies, just so it's well-rounded. It's going to cover whatever issue comes up. And then I also grabbed a box of the little Brillo pads. You get 8 in here, which isn't too bad. These work really good if you are cooking over a campfire. The outside of your pans are covered in soot, and these work great to get that cleaned up really well. So I like to make sure we have these in stock, something we use all the time, but also really good for emergencies. And the last thing I grabbed was just a crossword book. I think it is important to make sure we've got things to do when the grid goes down. Winter will be here before we know it. Even though it's hot and sticky and awful right now, winter will be here. The grid goes down, people lose power all the time. I think it is super important to have those things to keep your mind busy and things like that. Having a little bit of entertainment, whatever it is that you like. I love word searches, crosswords, things like that. I'm kind of nerdy. I don't care. I like it. So it just helps keep that mind busy when you have any downtime. You're not freaking out, worrying about things that are totally out of your control. We can only do so much, but having the things we need can help us stay calm and get through emergency situations without freaking out. And that is it for my haul. It was only $22.43 for the total. And whenever you go, they give you that $5 coupon for Saturday. And so if you're near a Dollar Tree, Saturday's the day to go. They do have an app so you can get this. You don't have to go in and purchase anything first. But they print them out with all of your receipts to come back on Saturday. $5 off is great. So that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I hope to see you next time. Bye.